everyone, welcome back. And in today's video, we're going to be talking about something that pretty much affects all of us, as everything has gone digital these past few years, and that is malware. In this video, I'll be explaining what malware is, showing some of the different types of malware, and explaining how antiviruses help get rid of them. Now, before we get into the video, if you're looking for an antivirus and not sure where to start, I'll leave some in-depth reviews on antiviruses I personally recommend in the description down below. Now, you might be wondering, what even is malware? Well, you've definitely heard of viruses, and most of the time, the term virus is used to describe what malware essentially is. However, malware and viruses are not exactly the same thing. Malware, which is a term derived from malicious software, is the broader category of everything that could cause harm to your system, whether it's stealing your data or compromising your files. Viruses, on the other hand, are a subcategory of malware that attaches itself to executable files and multiplies whenever you open said file to spread to other folders and programs on your system to do what they were assigned to do. Another type of malware would be worms. Now, worms are somewhat the same thing as viruses, but they're more dangerous as they don't need to attach to executable files and can transfer themselves over networks. This means that if one device of yours got infected, chances are all devices connected to it are infected as well. You also have adware and spyware, which oftentimes are packaged together when your device gets infected. The spyware part hides itself on your computer and monitors everything you're doing, from inputting passwords and credit card information to controlling your cams and recording you. Adware, on the other hand, spams your PC with ads whenever you open certain files, and they also install different browsers and automatically open them whenever you try to open your regular browser. Lastly, we have Trojans, which disguise themselves as regular programs and only do what they're assigned to do once you launch them. They're much different than viruses and worms, as they don't multiply and don't transfer themselves from one system to another. With that being said, there are more types of malware that I haven't listed, but these are the most common ones that you might encounter. Now, how do antiviruses stop malware? Well, antivirus software essentially works by analyzing all your files, be it a program file or any kind of file that might be able to execute code against a list of signature files or virus definitions. These lists exit thanks to various sources. Some of them are community sourced, and others are created by antivirus companies themselves. And the way this works is that the antivirus essentially compares areas of a file that might contain code that matches that definition file, or the signature. Typically, an entire virus is not contained in a signature or definition file, but it contains enough, and oftentimes the most core elements of the code is in order to make an identification. Modern programs continue to benefit more from artificial intelligence and those types of ideas, as people are running lists, files, and various sources of information through machine learning. This creates varying types of malware to detect viruses, including behavioral-based detection, when certain effects are made that may not necessarily require an exact duplicate in code in order to be detected. After that, the antivirus will sandbox off the offending file, meaning it will stop it from running, and essentially cut off any connections it could make to any other files on your computer with the intent of stopping any further damage. It then takes this file, which is no longer doing anything or connected to anything, and either quarantines it or totally deletes it. Now, the most crucial part of an antivirus is the signature database, and that's because malicious softwares are evolving on a daily basis to target vulnerabilities in antiviruses and constantly find new ways to infect your system. So in order to stop that from happening, antiviruses should have frequent and automatic updates to the signature database to keep you protected at all times. So now you know what malware is and how antivirus programs stops it. Be sure to choose a reputable antivirus software that runs frequent backups and has no history of it ever being breached. And for that, I'll be leaving some antiviruses that I personally recommend in the description and down below, along with some discounts. And that's it for today's video. If you liked the content or found it useful, make sure to like the video and subscribe to see more of it. And if you have any questions or suggestions, don't hesitate to leave them in the comments, as I love getting to interact with you guys. That would be all for today, and I'll see you in the next one.